So saying like I don't believe in democracy, I don't believe in free speech. I want to be, you know, the next Hitler, stuff like that Fuentes has said. That's unusual to say, but it's not really unusual for a person to be a fascist, even if they don't know they're a fascist. And if the answer to those questions is yes, then yeah, you're a fascist. You may not know you're a fascist, but you're a fascist. Sure. So I'm not trying to say that like I see the future. Fuentes is the next fascist, you know, evil dictator. I'm just saying, I think he would be if offered the opportunity, and he seems to be trying to get the opportunity.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you doing, my persecuted friend?
Feeling pretty persecuted. Feeling pretty victim-y.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's not fair. It's not right.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously agree.
I know.
Do you, still waiting for word from YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah, they said, sorry about that. And, you know, looking into this for you now.
I wonder if that's good.
It felt like it wasn't made by a robot, but
I mean, I feel like if you don't get like instantaneously rejected, I wonder if that bodes better for you. Like if it takes some time, maybe.
I mean, when I got banned after the cuties thing, I appealed, you know, multiple times on Twitter, everything, and they said no for 4 months, and then I gave up, and then like 2 months later, I just got an email saying like, oh, we apologize. You actually didn't break TOS, and you can have your account back.
Nice.
So if the Cuties review didn't break TOS, it's hard to see that either of these songs did. Yeah.
It's just a matter of if like Real Eyes will ever look at the appeal, basically.
Yeah, it seems like it. It's crazy. I mean, like, I understand having some statistical like analysis that's like, if you get 5,000 reports saying, you know, this is porn or child porn or something, then like statistically 99.99% of the time it is. So like, you know, would we really have to pay somebody to look into that? But I feel like, yeah, you do, you know, especially if it's, I think if it's monetized and it's like, it's like, they know it's your job and you put all this, you know, years of work into it. Yeah.
You'd hope
but yeah,
so,
it's
right?
upsetting.
Yeah.
You would hope so. But yeah, it's upsetting to watch my art just be like destroyed. Yeah.
True.
Well, thanks for sticking up for me.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Yeah, well, what's up? What do you want to chat about?
I guess just deplatforming.
Yeah.
You know, the whole situation. Yeah.
Something that's kind of scary with how the rules are today is,
Yeah.
I mentioned this with my casino job. We've all heard this expression a million times, but when you want to fire somebody, generally all you have to do is like just start paying attention to them and they'll get fired. Yeah. But my manager introduced me to this term. It's called papering somebody out the door. That once you realize you want to fire somebody, you just start writing them up for every single mistake they make, and nobody can survive that level of scrutiny for more than a couple weeks. Like they'll be gone. They'll either put a credit card down somewhere they shouldn't. They'll forget to check an ID. They'll forget to get a receipt signed. They'll leave a drawer open for too long and turn around. Like something will happen and they'll get fired every time. No one can survive that. And it feels like if there's like a level of scrutiny that comes from mass reporting, that it'll be the same thing, because eventually there'll be like 3 or 4 things somebody can catch you on and then you're like, oh fuck, I guess technically I did break those rules. Yeah. And then you're just like fucked, and it's like, okay, well.
Yeah, and I mean, and like the safety against that is the strike system. I thought that the whole point of the strike system is like you know, you have a chance to learn from breaking. I don't think I even did violate TOS, but even if I did,
yeah, it gives you time to adjust and correct, but not if they all come at the same fucking time.
Yeah, and like if you, I mean, every single video, I assume every single video is flagged. So if their own enforcement is that I haven't broken TOS in a year and a half, and one of the videos is 3 years old, that's like, that's not really in the spirit of the system.
Yeah,
that's only mass flagging will produce that result. Wasn't it some who said find me the man and I'll find you the crime? Show me the man, I'll find you the crime. I think it was some like Russian guy.
Oh, I don't know, but he should have made that statement way later in life because it's triply true today. So
I know.
He dated himself, but.
So yeah, I heard your conversation with Fuentes and Big Tech.
Oh yeah.
What's the argument? They're pro deplatforming.
I think just
Fuentes is pro deplatforming because other people are pro deplatforming.
So I don't think Fuentes is pro deplatforming. He was just giving me the reason why people on his side do it, which I can actually understand because it's why I've kind of flirted with it in the past. It's like, oh,
yeah,
people are gonna make fun of me for it. Fuck you, then yeah, we'll all kind of do it.
Right.
Yeah, but I think that principally most of them, and I was watching the chat too. Most of them seem to be pretty against it. If for no other reason, probably because they want to stay somewhat on my good side, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you have the unpopular, if you have the less popular stance, it doesn't really make sense to be
pro deplatform unless you're just doing it like out of retribution because you know you're going to get deplatformed anyway, right?
Right. Then you just want to tear the whole thing down.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is kind of a maybe a bigger metaphor or allegory for for everything in the system that we have right now anyway, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I guess my stance here is YouTube needs to have a flagging system that's not weaponizable like this. And like if they do, and like I make provocative stuff. You know, I provoked Big Tech. I understand that. My work is provocative to him. We spoke once a few months ago. More recently, he asked me for a conversation through an intermediary. And he asked me for a stream a couple months ago, and I was kind of like wavering on it, and then I just never did it. I really decided not to do it. I just didn't do it. Sure. And then yeah, it sounds like my work is meant to be provocative and thought provoking and emotion provoking, and it sounds like it did its job. And when people are provoked, there is a big flag there, a big tempting flag button. It's one of the few ways, the most interactive ways that you can, really make an impact on the creator. You want to say something. You want to have some parasocial interaction with them. So you can either give them $500, or you can click that big flag button, and one is a lot cheaper than the other.
Sure.
And so I understand if my work's provocative, people are going to be clicking that button, absolutely. And so yeah, I don't really blame him for doing that, especially if he says it's within his belief system that he's pro deplatforming and pro mass flagging and pro brigading and pro whatever the fuck. Then yeah, but click away, buddy. My problem then is just that the button works. Like I think the button should do what it's supposed to do. It shouldn't work for this purpose. It shouldn't work like I'm gonna scratch my emotional itch because this music video triggered me, so now I'm gonna destroy it to make myself feel better. That's not what the button should be for.
Sure, ideally, yeah.
Yeah. So I think if YouTube's gonna allow controversial content, then they gotta fix that.
Yeah.
Or just don't allow controversial content and let a competitor take the place. And then it's like, if there was like a more adult, like my fantasy is like that HBO has like a streaming service.
Oh, sure.
Like,
someday.
Like, yeah, like for stream, like the HBO. I want to be on the HBO version, and then YouTube can be like the CW. It's like it's too much for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously it's really upsetting.
Yeah, well. Do you actually play keyboard?
Not like you.
Okay, wow. What is
but
that?
When you can really play. I can play a little.
Play something for us.
It's not connected to anything.
Oh my god! You just have it sitting in front of it for show, just to fuck with us.
Well, no, I've been writing. I'm working on music. I'm not really taking a vacation here. I'm working on music, and you know what's funny?
What?
I think the song I'm working on. I think the Groypers are gonna like it. That's the most ironic part of all this. Yeah, I think so. This wasn't intentional. I was already working on the song that I think is probably gonna be, enjoyable to a more right-leaning audience.
Yeah. I am truly guessing. A pedophile, or which direction?
I'm actually literally 100%. This isn't a joke, and if I say it was a joke later, I'm lying. A pedophile.
Have you seen the Key and Peele skit about that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's one where like the guy is like a rapper, and he's like in like a deposition room kind of, or like he's like been taken in, and the cop says, "What did you mean by this?" And the lyrics are like, you know, "I killed him yesterday at 9 o'clock. I took out a gun and in his head I shot him 3 times. You can find his body buried at 4th and Franklin." And it's like it all is. He's like, "What about this?" It's like, "Oh, it's just music, man." You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, dude,
yeah. It's like,
be careful, dude. Are you Did you like private everything on your Mr. Girl Returns channel?
No. I privated, so there were some duplicate videos. Like I can fantasize about whatever I want was on both channels.
Okay.
So when I got the strike on the first channel, I privated on the second channel, but it was too late. Even though it was private, it got a strike like 12 hours later.
Jeez.
Yeah. Mine, child safety.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't think it breaks that rule, but
probably not. But yeah,
probably not. Yeah, you know the other weird thing is that the videos taken down both have like 500,000 views. So it's like, what's the thinking there? That like it's been up for a year and a half and has 500,000 views.
Thinking. It's just every now and then I'll get like a 3-year-old video where it's like, this is age restricted now. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe they I'm sure they retune the algorithm and it probably sweeps through everything, but
maybe
yeah. But no, you know, I'm staying busy. You know, keeping busy. I have a strike on the streaming channel, so I can't stream for a week. But yeah, if you still want to host, co-host Mr. Girl Hotline on Saturday,
yeah, probably can.
I'll be back, and then on Friday I have a interview with a historian.
Interesting.
To talk about Hitler's rise to power. Yeah.
Right. Well, that should be interesting.
I think so. Oh yeah, there's one thing that Fuentes said that I wanted to respond to.
Yeah.
He said if Mr. Girl thinks I'm Hitler and I'm trying to kill his family, I don't think in terms of stating your beliefs, I think fascism is pretty unusual. So saying like I don't believe in democracy, I don't believe in free speech. I want to be, you know, the next Hitler, stuff like that Fuentes has said. That's unusual to say, but it's not really unusual for a person to be a fascist, even if they don't know they're a fascist. So there's tons of people who, if they were offered, like, do you want to be the king of everything, would probably just say yes.
Sure.
There's people who, if they had that power, would kill people. I don't think that's a super rare.
Yeah, there's probably people across all the political spectrum that would endorse some form of totalitarianism or something, like given the opportunity to, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's gotten me in a lot of arguments about Trump. Where I'm like he's a fascist, and then people are like, what did he say? And I'm like, it's not really about what he said. Like, yes, he said things that make him seem like a fascist, but it's more just like if somebody was like, hey Trump, do you want the ability to override anything that the Supreme Court says? Do you want that? He would just say, yeah, obviously. Yeah, he would take that. Would you want to be president for life? Of course he would.
Yeah.
Do you want the election? Do you want to just, if there's a win button for the election and nobody would know you pushed it, would you push it? Yeah. And if the answer to those questions is yes, then yeah, you're a fascist. You may not know you're a fascist, but you're a fascist. So the idea that so yeah, that they were saying like, and Gideon was saying like, I have some obligation to want harm to come to Fuentes if I believe this about him. I believe this is true. Like, what's unusual is that he's saying that he wants this power, he wants to abuse this power, and that he wants to abuse it for, to hurt people. And they follow in the footsteps of a genocidal, psychopath. That's unusual. It's unusual that he's actually gaining power. But it's not unusual. Like, you know how many would-be Hitlers there are walking around out there in the United States of America, or would-be Stalins, or would-be tyrants, or whatever? I mean, I even said the same thing about Vosh. Like I said, I probably, after Vosh's comments about violence, I probably wouldn't have chicken and waffles with him either.
Sure.
So I'm not trying to say that like I see the future, and Fuentes is the next fascist, evil dictator. I'm just saying, I think he would be if offered the opportunity, and he seems to be trying to get the opportunity. But I think there's a lot of people out there that fit that description, and they certainly don't need any violence done to them. No, we just got to follow the democratic process of talking about things and voting. And that if I'm pro like democracy and pro free speech, you can understand why the idea of like, oh, I think somebody else has these bad intentions, or they've even stated them, so like we're gonna go hurt them. No, that's absolutely anti-free speech, 100% political violence against political violence and that sort, or that type, or I guess all types, and yeah, same thing with deplatforming. It's all the same shit. I'm against it all.
Gotcha. All right, well. Yeah, damn. Be careful. Stay safe out there.
You too.
Do you want to give us a hint about the song you're working on? Subject matter or anything related to it, or?
Subject matter. I guess it's about. I'm trying to think if there's a line I want to reveal. I don't think so. I think I want to keep it a mystery. I'll just say that's it. That it is definitely it's a song that I think the Groypers would like.
Okay. Will you oh my god, I just lost what I was gonna say. My brain just wiped itself completely away. I asked you.
Shaylin's gonna say a line in the song.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I remembered now.
Okay.
If I can get you an opportunity to collab with a legendary online rapper, his name is Uncle Adams. Have you ever heard of him before?
I have heard of him. I've definitely seen his stuff, but I don't remember it.
Okay. You have to collab with him if I can make it happen. Okay, it's important.
Okay.
For the unity of the country.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
I agree to your terms.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. Well, I think that's all I got for now. So.
All right, man.
Yeah. Good luck. Be careful.
Yeah. Stay safe on these streets.
I do it, dude. Have fun. Good luck.
Motherfuckers be catching strays, yo. All right. See you later.
Bye.